Members of the board. My name is Anthony Forster. I'm a ATU 757 Executive Board Officer for Light Rail Transportation. You've heard today about some of the many ways of the culture of fear, intimidation, and distrust at Trimet that is destroying and isolating the agency. You've already heard about how this culture is impacting hiring and retention, creating your staffing crisis. There are many other ways in which this culture harms the workers in our community. But as one of the union officers that's leading the growth and our more active engagement in public policy, I want to talk about how Trimet is acting against its own political best interests by sustaining the culture of hostility against its frontline workers. Everyone in this room knows that Trimet has ambitious plans for revenue and expansion. And everyone in this room knows that in order for Trimet to achieve these plans, they need broad community support, including labor unions. So it's more puzzling to me than ever why Trimet works so hard to undermine ATU, the one union in Oregon that Trimet has its most natural ally in. We have positive collaborative relationships with all the agencies we work with, even in the most conservative areas of our state. The members of this board hear about the ballot initiative in Medford a few months back to increase the taxes, property taxes to fund transit. Well, that same initiative had been defeated multiple times over the last few years. But this year, ATU joined the fight. We connected our local members with community organizers in Rogue Valley and provided $10,000 to support the campaign. And in case you haven't already heard, the initiative passed in a landslide by 60% of the vote. We're not arrogant enough to suggest our support was the only reason that this passed, but we are smart enough to know that we made a significant difference. Let's talk about Tillamook for a minute. You may not know, but the homeless is a rapidly growing crisis over on the coast. It's not just a Portland problem. But there's a shocking lack of resources in support of these Oregonians in need. Every day, it's ATU members that treat these Oregonians with a dignity and respect to ensure that they have the transportation that they need to get to what limited programs they have over in their community. These members, ATU members, have decided they want to do even more. That's why Jared Franz, our public policy coordinator, who you all know well, spent last Saturday talking to local leaders and our members in Tillamook. We wanted to provide financial support and community services to help turn old barracks into homeless shelter. Unions aren't just about working in wage conditions. They are about building a collective power for broader social change. We want to build that collective power for broader social change here in Portland, but when we talk to Trimet, we can't even agree on what color the sky is on a sunny day, which is equal parts heartbreaking and infuriating. In closing, there's an old proverb from South Africa. It says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Well, Trimet has moved very fast over the last few years on a number of fronts. But the social and political context has changed, and the new challenge is to go far. The only way to do that is to go together with ATU. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.